All right, Dominica. You see, we have started right on time. This is Q, and you know it's true if you hear it on Q, huh? Good afternoon, welcome to the Talk on the Block. If it's on the block, then we'll talk about it. I know a lot of you were disappointed yesterday that Mr. Leonard Clinton could not show. Well, it was no fault of his, huh? So put to blame on Domlek. And there was no conspiracy between Matt Peltier and Domlek, for sure. Leonard Clinton and Domlek. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. We're going to come back, Dominic, after the break.
The hurricane season is upon us. Check on your neighbors, especially the elderly and those with disabilities. We're stronger together, so lend a helping hand when you can.
This Father's Day, celebrate Dad and Go. Sign up for postpaid and get 50% discount on selected handsets. Win $100 gas voucher for Dad. 2 lucky customers will drive away with 4 brand new tires. And 1 lucky customer will win a 43-inch TV. All you have to do is sign up for postpaid or switch to Digicel Home Internet. Yes, it's that simple to win. Visit your nearest Digicel store today and make this Father's Day one to remember. Digicel, the best network good for Dad.
We're Dad. I have a surprise from us, give the road and fly. Pop makes all of them die. Don't bother with the long chat, Pop tell you why. Pop makes all of them die.
Times are hard, but you've got to include Pop on your grocery list to protect you and your family against all flying and crawling insects, especially dengue mosquitoes. Pop's powerful formula kills insects fast. Pop is best on pests.
Pop makes all of them die. Get serious, get back. Pop, 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 make all of them die.
www.q95da.com. It's our brand new dynamic Q Family website. Log in, interact, have fun on the pages of your favorite shows. Rise and Shine, The Hot Seat, Easy Rock 951, Soul to Soul Gospel, The Big Link Up, Power Drive 951, Sports Rap, The Quiet Side of Q. Interact live with your show hosts and Q Family listeners worldwide in real time. Make your comments, give your feedback, tell the world what's on your mind in the comments box at the bottom of the pages at q95da.com. You interact and connect instantly with friends and Q Family members on the hottest social networks: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Messenger, Gmail, Google+. Make your comments in the box at the bottom of each news story on the news page by clicking on the headline of the news story. Log in to q95da.com. You'll just love to surf every unique page on our brand new dynamic interactive Q Family website. Browse through our interesting pages in your Q Family photo gallery. Listen to live audio. Watch intriguing videos on QTV on our homepage and in our video gallery. Q95 has long gone global. Place your web banners and video ads where the world is watching and listening on the big station, q95da.com. Streaming crystal clear audio and video in total liquid stereo. Don't miss out. Check q95da.com today and every day. Check it right now. Immerse yourself in what's hot and happening at www.q95da.com. Lock it in. Right on Q, the
Fuel your farm with premium animal feeds at Blue Box. We're excited to announce a major expansion to our lineup. Blue Box Farm and Garden Center is now your go-to supplier for high-quality animal feed. From poultry to livestock, we provide the specialized nutrition your animal needs to thrive. Our feed portfolio includes poultry solutions, swine care, small pet and livestock. Visit Blue Box in Roseau on the corner of Hanover Street and Drury Lane, or Blue Box Goodwill, 66 Federation Drive, Goodwill. Let's bloom together.
Win an unforgettable experience during the FIFA World Cup games and win with Coca-Cola. Here's how you can enter. Uncap a 591 ml Coke Original Taste or Coke Zero Sugar with the football label. Find the unit code on the cap. Send that code via WhatsApp to 265-5792 or scan the QR code in stores. It's that easy. One entry can make you win one of 5 flat-screen smart TVs during the FIFA World Cup game or win FIFA merchandise instantly with over 1,500 prizes to be won. For more details, follow Josephine Gabriel Facebook page. Score with Coca-Cola and win!
Father Sharpley says he say a prayer for me silently. Good afternoon, Father Sharpley. Thank you for your prayers, okay? Before I came, I was walking to the studios and one police officer said me, "Man, you sure you don't need security? Security for what?" All right, Dominica, I'll make a confession. I've been here for so many years. And this is the first time, very first time, I've gotten so many calls about a program. Some for, some against, but the truth shall be revealed, huh? Never, never, never. So I'm going to present Mr. Lennox Linton, the former leader of the United Workers' Party, embroiled what it seems in a lot of they say, we say, I say, Scarrett said. So I'm going to afford him the opportunity this afternoon. Of course, there are many questions that will be asked. I'm going to open the floor for Mr. Lennox Linton to speak and tell his truth. And that's all I'm going to do at this time. So sit back, relax. You'll have the opportunity to ask a question. Mr. Linton, good afternoon to you, sir. How are you doing?
Good afternoon.
Yes, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Matt. I'm good. My head is bloodied, but it's not bowed.
Okay.
And yeah. With his blood, he has raised me. With his power, he has saved me. To God the glory for the things he has done. Matt, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. I noticed that you all had made a big deal about me yesterday at the press conference, the Prime Minister. You were asking questions. Curtis Matthew was asking questions, and Carlisle, John Baptiste, and so on. And after the press conference, then the questions continued, and the statements emerged. I saw something just a while ago on. So, well, a family member sent it to me, and it says it's from Dominica Breaking News. It says Roosevelt Skerritt welcomes Lennox Linton into the DLP family.
Really?
And there is a picture of Roosevelt Skerritt, and that's it. It's a photograph of Roosevelt Skerritt from the press conference, and the caption says, "He welcomed me to the DLP family." That happened yesterday at the press conference, Matt?
No.
It didn't happen?
No.
Roosevelt Skerritt didn't welcome me to the DLP family?
No.
But Dominica Breaking News is reporting that today, as of a couple of hours ago, with a picture of Roosevelt Skerritt at the mic in the press conference. He welcomes Lennox Linton to the DLP family. That, Matt, is a clever way of saying that Lennox Linton has changed. He has switched sides. He's
shifted.
now on the other side. you see what we're dealing with. That never happened, but it is presented as though it happened, and people have things going around. Roosevelt Skerrit said he has known me for a long time, etc. He's going to form a government of national unity, so that means I'm going to be involved, etc., etc., etc. All that to say, Lennox Linton is no longer UWP. He has changed. He has switched sides. He's now with Skerrit by him. And I just want to ask the people of Dominica, especially the supporters of the United Workers Party, take a chill. Chill. Take it easy. All right? Because what is ahead for the party is very serious, and the party needs to get ready, and the party needs to do its work. All right? Now, just in case people forget who I am, I used to be the political leader of the United Workers Party. I used to be the leader of the opposition in Dominica. I used to be the president of the United Workers Party. I am no longer in any of those positions. I have not been in any executive position of the United Workers Party since June of last year. That's more than a year now. That's a year now. So when I speak this afternoon and I answer questions this afternoon, I want people to be mindful of that. I'm not the leader of the United Workers Party. And I'm not seeking to be leader of the United Workers Party. I was there. I am no longer there. I am a rank and file member of the United Workers Party, working, serving in the Marigot Constituency Association of the United Workers Party at this time. That is who I am in terms of the politics of Dominica. People are free to say what they want. They're free to do what they want. It's a free country. And I guess since I've been in the public domain, they have a right to say what they want about me. And they're doing that. That's okay. I don't have an issue with that per se. But the fact of the matter is, we cannot have a situation in this country where we get so angry with one another for things that almost like when you go back to consider them, they make no sense. And I just want us to chill. Take a chill pill, relax, and let us dispassionately and honestly see where we are, what we're doing, and how we're going forward.
The we meaning the UWP.
We meaning
the people of Dominica.
The UWP, the people of Dominica. The UWP and the people of Dominica. Because there is an issue in the UWP. We cannot hide from it. There's an issue in the UWP. And I don't know, Matt, whether you or Q95 feel any sense of responsibility for that. The kind of relentless focus that has been placed on the party and the state of things in the party over the years, the relentless questions that are being asked about disunity in the camp, what is going on, who is doing this, who is doing that. Almost as though there are no other parties in the country, and there's a ruling party. And I think there's been a great imbalance in terms of the extent to which the focus here on your show on Q95 has been on the United Workers Party compared to focus on what's going on or what could be going on in the Dominica Labour Party, the ruling party of Dominica. I need a minute, Matt.
Yeah.
So give me a minute and let me come back. Let me come back to our conversation.
Okay, let's play the song, your favorite song, and we'll, of course.
It's my guide in my resting and my rising. I am down and oh my soul so weary. When troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence till you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. Raise me up to more than I can be.
If you know Mr. Linton well, you would know too that's one of his favorite songs. Taking a pause.
You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise stormy seas. Raise me up to more than I can.
Just stay close, huh?
So I stand on my.
You said the leader of the Freedom Party is tendered his resignation as well. I thought I would tell you that. Maybe I'll find out for him why. Mr. Bernard Ito,
On your shoulder,
people maybe looking for an explanation.
to more than I can be. You raise me up.
Well, let's get back to Mr. Linton. Yes, back to you, Mr. Linton.
Yeah, Matt, what I wanted to say as we begin this afternoon
Mm-hmm.
is that I accept the olive branch of the leader of the United Workers' Party,
You're
Dr.
low.
Thompson Fontaine.
You're low. Yes. Okay.
Dr. Thompson Fontaine has spent years monitoring a peace agreement between warring political factions in South Sudan, and he knows well that olive branch has to be sincere and it has to be grasped. And I welcome it.
Mm-hmm.
I accept it with sincerity, in the fervent hope that it will lead very quickly to the resolution of the issues with the Marigot constituency of the United Workers' Party that are currently clouding, confusing, hampering the work of the United Workers' Party in the Marigot constituency. But to be clear, I accept the olive branch. I think it's timely. I want you to do two things for me. First of all, I want you to, if you have it to hand, Dr. Fontaine's statement, the olive branch statement, I would like you to share it with the listeners of Dominica again.
All right, stand by. I'll get it.
Family and friends. I address you today in the wake of recent events circulating on both traditional and social media regarding the United Workers' Party that I lead. At a time when our nation stands at a critical crossroads where the economic future of every Dominican is at stake, I feel compelled as leader of the United Workers' Party to share my vision for a better Dominica, as well as to clear the air. I welcome different views as part of a healthy democracy. However, I will not allow distraction, division, or misrepresentation to derail the serious national conversation we must now have. After more than 25 years under the current administration, it is evident to many that our country is in need of renewed focus, fresh energy, and a clear path forward. Too many of our people are struggling. Too many opportunities have been missed. And too often, the national interest has taken a backseat to political survival. The United Workers' Party stands as a responsible, prepared, and determined opposition, ready not merely to criticize, but to lead, not merely to point out problems, but to implement solutions. Our mission is not rooted in division, but in the urgent need to restore balance, accountability, and purpose in the governance of Dominica. To those who have publicly expressed concern, I say this: your voices are part of our democracy, but the tone and direction of our national dialogue must uplift, not undermine. If we are serious about rescuing and rebuilding Dominica, then we must move beyond rhetoric and commit ourselves to a constructive engagement and shared responsibility. We will never all agree on strategy, style, or substance, but we cannot let down Dominica and pander to our egos. That is the reason why our party has proposed the 10 pillars to shared economic prosperity for all Dominicans. It is the plan rooted in the resuscitating of the agriculture sector, developing a robust manufacturing sector, commercializing a water industry, fixing our tax system, and providing relief to the high cost of living, among other initiatives. To our supporters, I urge calm, discipline, and focus. We must remain grounded in our purpose and not be sidetracked by provocation. The strength of our movement lies not in noise, but in vision, credibility, and unity. This is not a moment for political gamesmanship. This is a moment for national renewal. The task before us is to restore confidence in leadership, create real economic opportunity, empower our young people, and ensure that every Dominican feels seen, heard, and supported. I call on all right-thinking Dominicans to join us in focusing on the greater good. If we genuinely love our country, then we should be prepared to sacrifice for her. Over the past few months, the leadership of the party has worked relentlessly to bridge any semblance of division and to get everyone working together. It is in that same spirit that I want particularly to extend an olive branch to all disaffected members of the United Workers' Party to come together in a conscious effort to trash out any issues that continue to fester. I do not pretend to be a perfect servant, but I'm a public servant committed to taking all ideas on board. The United Workers' Party, under my leadership, is ready to do the work of rescuing Dominica. But true progress will require all of us, supporters, critics, and undecided citizens alike, to come together in the best interest of our country. Let us rise above division, let us demand better, and let us work together to secure a stronger future for Dominica. We can come together to craft an economic revitalization for the country we claim to love. Let us put our egos aside and focus on the needs of Dominica and the several people who depend on us to do the right things. May wisdom guide us and may unity strengthen our path forward. I thank you.
Yes, Mr. Linton?
May wisdom guide us and may unity strengthen our path forward. This offer, the olive branch, from Dr. Thomas Fontaine, the political leader of the United Workers' Party, is timely because it is taking leadership action for things that have affected the party that need to be dealt with. And in that vein, let me just share with you, Matt, because I don't know if you saw it or I don't know if you paid any attention to it. Last month, 7 of us, former UWP parliamentarians,
An open letter
to the members and supporters of the United Workers' Party. From Danny Lugue, Ezekiel Basil, Rosanna Emanuel, Edison James, Francisco Joseph, Lennox Linton, and Hector John. I'll share some of it with you because it's important for context, especially in light of the olive branch gesture from the political leader. Over the past 2 years, we have watched with deep sadness as a sustained campaign of misinformation, character assassination, and political persecution has been directed against us and several distinguished members of the United Workers' Party. Day after day, anonymous social media accounts, fake profiles, political surrogates, and self-appointed defenders of the current leadership have sought to portray us as enemies of the party we helped build, strengthen, and sustain over decades of sacrifice and service. We've been called troublemakers, hindrances, underminers, washed-up candidates, purveyors of hate, and even accused of plotting the defeat of the United Workers' Party. The latest and most disturbing development is the public call for expulsion from the party by force, if possible. This dangerous and reckless language is completely inconsistent with the democratic traditions and values upon which the United Workers' Party was founded. No political party that aspires to govern a democratic nation can tolerate threats of force against members branded as disloyal for holding independent opinions, offering constructive criticism, and asking simple questions about leadership decisions and direction. But that is precisely the dilemma in which we have been placed by those who are fundamentally misunderstanding the nature of a democratic political movement and seeking to redefine loyalty and support for leadership as blind obedience. We therefore wish to make our position absolutely clear. We have never worked against the United Workers' Party. We have never supported any political party against the United Workers' Party. The allegations being circulated against us are entirely false. We are not preventing the selection of winning candidates for the party. We are not undermining the National Executive Committee. We are not interfering in the day-to-day running of the party. In fact, most of us have stepped down from responsibilities on the National Executive Committee in the face of fierce criticisms in public that we are obstructing the leader in order to save the party from the mounting perceptions of disunification and to give the leader space to build an executive team from persons he's comfortable with. We remain fully committed to the success of the United Workers' Party because we firmly believe it is the only credible and organized political force capable of providing the people of Dominica with an alternative government committed to accountability, transparency, good governance, and national development. The United Workers' Party is bigger than any one of us individually. It's bigger than any faction. It is bigger than any group. It was built on the fear no more culture of debate, consultation, participation, and respect. It belongs to the thousands of members and supporters across Dominica and throughout the diaspora who have invested their hopes, dreams, energy, and resources in its success. We have spent years carrying the burden of opposition politics, defending the party in difficult circumstances, contesting elections, representing constituencies, raising resources, and keeping the party alive where others were nowhere to be found. What is particularly troubling is the attempt to blame those of us who have been systematically isolated, marginalized, and vilified for the very public perception of division in the party. You cannot be constantly attacking the roots of the party and respected party members and then complain that the party appears divided. You cannot publicly denigrate former leaders, parliamentarians, and long-serving activists and then wonder why supporters become confused. Quite simply, you cannot divide and expect unity. So, every member of the United Workers' Party should therefore reflect carefully on the path we are currently traveling under the direction and control of privileged social media content producers pursuing their divide and rule agenda. Is the UWP building a broader movement capable of winning the confidence of the Dominica people? Or are we shrinking ourselves through internal warfare instigated from outside? Is the UWP attracting support or are we driving supporters away? Is the UWP getting stronger or are we weakening it from within? These questions are too important to ignore because the future of the party and indeed the future of Dominica depends upon the honest answers. We remain fully committed to unity, reconciliation, and to the success of the United Workers' Party. We therefore ask every member and supporter to reject hatred, intimidation, division, and the politics built on exclusion and fear. Instead, let us recommit ourselves to the values that made the United Workers' Party a national movement worthy of the trust of the Dominican people. The challenges facing us are too serious, the stakes are too high, and the hopes of too many citizens depend on the existence of a strong, united, and credible alternative government. That alternative can only emerge from a United Workers' Party that adds and multiplies, not one that divides and subtracts. Yours in service, Danny Luge, Ezekiel Basil, Rosanna Emmanuel Edison, James Francisco Joseph Lennox Linton, and Hector John. That was May 31st, 2026. So understand context, why I, being one of the signatories to this letter, welcomes the olive branch from the political leader. I think it's I welcome it in sincerity, and I think, as I said just now, the gesture is timely. And so I want to talk a little bit now, Matt, about this thing that has me trending for the past week. Today's the 11th. It was on the 3rd. It was on the 3rd of June that I attended a pre-budget consultation of the Ministry of Finance of the Government of Dominica at the invitation of the Financial Secretary. Now, it's important to understand that I did not receive the invitation and question why I was receiving the invitation. I didn't ask in what capacity I was being invited. I didn't ask whether I was required to represent some organization or the other. The Financial Secretary issued the invitation, and I just felt in my heart that it had something to do with my more than 30-year involvement with covering budgets, budget presentation, analysis, etc. And more recently, doing the official response to the budget in the Parliament for the period 2015 to 2022. And I have participating in budget consultation before. I participated in national consultations that were not budget, but they were national consultations organized by the government of Dominica while I was in the opposition leader position, while I was the leader of the United Workers' Party and the opposition leader. We participated in consultations on the electoral reform organized by the government. We participated in consultations on COVID-19 organized by the government. We participated in government consultations on cannabis. And there was a time right after Hurricane Maria where we actually not just consulted with, but worked with the cabinet of ministers in the recovery and the reconstruction effort. And Mr. Skerritt issued a report card, on our work together. You remember that, Matt?
I remember that.
Well, let's see how good you are. If you remember, let's see how good you are in digging up your archives.
Let's take a pause. I'll get it for you. All right, stick around.
I've been ably supported in this endeavor by Leader of the Opposition, Honorable Lennox Linton, and other opposition parliamentarians. I want to say here that I was very impressed and satisfied with the overall sense of purpose and commitment of all parliamentarians, particularly the Leader of the Opposition, Honorable Lennox Linton, who has been most constructive in his interventions.
Okay, so we want to play it again. So, yes, let's see if we can do it again from the Prime Minister.
I've been ably supported in this endeavor by Leader of the Opposition, Honorable Lennox Linton, and other opposition parliamentarians. I want to say here that I was very impressed and satisfied with the overall sense of purpose and commitment of all parliamentarians, particularly the Leader of the Opposition, Honorable Lennox Linton, who has been most constructive in his interventions.
That was the Prime Minister?
That was the Prime Minister. Years ago, lauding us for constructive engagement and constructive intervention in national development, the national development matter of recovery and reconstruction and relief after Hurricane Maria. And I come now to this time, last week, the amount of things that have been said about me attending a government of Dominica event organized by the Ministry of Finance about the budget. Few people in Dominica have covered more budgets than me, not just here in Dominica, but in other Caribbean islands as a media person. I was former president of the Dominica Association of Industry and Commerce back in the mid-1990s. We engaged with government at the point on budget matters and things for inclusion in the budget, etc. We did analyses, etc. And Afi Mate and myself, on a couple of occasions, we took budget analysis and explanations to the people in public. We went on the road with a big screen, PowerPoint presentation, showing people numbers, explaining what was going on. That was before, long before I entered the field of politics. Afi and myself were in the Concerned Citizens movement at the time, remember?
Mhm.
Do you remember that?
I know. I think I remember. Of course, and you had what's his name?
We were doing that then, and I just felt when they were inviting me to this.
I've been in this business for a little while, so I remember.
So I'm going. For the little good that I can do on the agenda of allegiance to country, for the future in the distance, the cause that needs assistance, and whatever little we can do, I felt I was going to be there. I didn't accept the invitation to hurt anybody. I didn't accept the invitation to harm anybody or to deceive anybody.
Mhm.
And so, Matt, this afternoon, I want to apologize very sincerely to all those people out there, all the citizens of Dominica, the supporters of the United Workers' Party, who feel that they were deceived, who feel that they were hurt, they were offended by my attendance at the government's budget consultation.
Some felt
I apologize. I'm sorry.
Some felt that there, just to intervene, that you, Lennox Linton, may have missed the opportunity to make a presentation as it relates to the missing billions of dollars. But do you think it was the right time?
Well, Matt, how many times have people of Dominica heard me on the missing billions? How many times have they heard?
Many times.
Have you heard the criticism that I'm like a stock record?
I heard that too.
And you heard the criticism that I was criticizing Scary too much. You heard that?
Mm-hmm.
You heard that?
Yeah.
Okay. That was one of the things against me. That's one of the things that certain people in my party did not like about me. Why they wanted to see me gone. I was too aggressive. I was criticizing Skerrit too much, and we needed somebody who was softer, gentler, and in being softer and gentler, therefore capable of bringing labor rights over to the United Workers' Party.
Mm-hmm.
It was all that. People must not forget these things or conveniently forget them. I probably want to say when we are at the juncture that we are right now. Mm-hmm. But so I. To repeat, I didn't do that to embarrass anybody or to hurt anybody or to offend anybody. And I am saying this afternoon, if anybody felt offended, all those who felt offended and hurt by my attendance at a Ministry of Finance, Government of Dominica budget consultation in 2026, I am sorry. I apologize. What did I do at the consultation? I listened. I did more listening than anything else, because there were a lot of stakeholders present at the function from the private sector, civil society, and so on. And it was a good education for me, just being there listening to the perspectives and the suggestions, the ideas from that wide cross-section of people. And I made a very brief contribution, and the contribution was on non-tax measures to get more money into the economy of Dominica. That's all I did. I came at 4:00 in the afternoon. the consultation ended shortly after 7 o'clock. I left, I went to my car and drove back to my home. And I was amazed with what happened subsequently. On Friday morning, my picture is posted. I think it was posted on Roosevelt Skerritt's page, and then other people picked it up. Viva Mamo picked it up. The usual crowd that is coming after me and other members of the United Workers' Party that Dr. Fontaine referred to in his olive branch statement as disaffected members of the party. I guess those of us who signed that open letter. And here they were again, at it again, coming for me this time. And the whole purpose of what they were doing, they threw up the picture and they put some prejudicial statements by it and headlines. All of the intention to impugn me, the intention to smear me and to portray me as somebody who is now a traitor to the cause. And that made the rounds for days. I have been trending, Matt, as they say. And people have been calling my phone, the phones of members of my family.
Really?
People have been some people have been traumatized by what they have been reading about me on social media just because of that attendance at the budget consultation of the government of Dominica.
Also, I think they took offense to when you, in that statement, did a pre-budget consultation, when you said that you want to invite, those economic passport holders to come to Dominica to invest. And some people took it to mean that you inviting them and they could affect the voting.
Well, that's people. Well, I do not know about that. I don't know how that is possible because voting is done by people who are on the voters list.
Okay.
And based on the laws that we have right now, the Registration of Electors Act, I do not see how an economic citizen can find himself or herself on the register of voters if they are not resident in Dominica. All right, that's the law. So, and I was not talking about voting. I was saying we have all of these economic citizens out there, many of whom, the majority of whom have never visited Dominica. We are trying to bring more tourists into our country. I felt that looked like a group of people who are already connected to us because they have our passport. Attract them to come to Dominica, their second home, the country from which they have a passport. Spend some time, 7 to 10 days a year in the country. So kind of like a CBI tourism sort of thing. We're looking for money. We're looking for people who will come and spend their money and people who will come and invest their money. And that's an area that we could focus on. I didn't think that was something that somebody would want to be beating me on my head for, like some big hypocrite that some of them have cast me or made me out to be. Crazy. I didn't understand it. And I got the sense from what I was reading that people were saying, okay, we have him now.
Oh, point.
We have him now. Look at what he's done. He's a traitor. He's on the other side now because he's in the government consultation. And hear that, some of them said that is good for the United Workers' Party because it will let Dr. Fontaine be stronger. It will strengthen Dr. Fontaine's leadership in the party because, and it couldn't be because I attended the budget, it's because of what they are saying as a result of my attending the budget consultations, that I'm a traitor, that I betrayed the cause, and therefore Dr. Thompson's leadership will be strengthened, but he has to know how to, one of them said, he must know how to capitalize on it. What are you capitalizing on? The lie that Lennox Linton is now on the other side, that you're going to capitalize on that to strengthen Dr. Fontaine in the United Workers' Party. So I'm saying, Matt, this afternoon, remember, I told you early on, the olive branch is timely, because these are the kinds of things that have really affected the United Workers' Party in the past couple of years. These fake profiles and surrogates of self-appointed surrogates of the leadership of the party deciding who they do not like. And it seems as though I'm their favorite disliked person.
Do you? I asked that question at the news conference. I said, "Do you know if Mr. Fong?" I haven't called him personally. Do you know if Dr. Thompson Fontaine was there, and if not, why was he not invited?
I didn't see Dr. Fontaine at the consultation I attended, which was at the State House last week, Wednesday. There were other consultations. I understand there was one for the Northeast. There was one one for the Northeast in Marigot. There was one for another section of the country in Portsmouth. I'm not sure whether they have concluded or whether they intend to be anymore. But at the one that I was present, I didn't see Dr. Fontaine there. People have asked me on social media, why invite me and not invite Dr. Fontaine? Matt, can I realistically answer that question? Is that a question that people should be realistically asking me? I mean, come on. I mean, let's be fair. Why was I invited and Dr. Fontaine not invited? I don't know. I do not know. Okay, but you know me already, Matt. I may have some answers. Dr. Fontaine has 10 pillars for shared prosperity of Dominica out there. It's published. He's spoken about it over and over again. That could be very good input for the budget. It's out there. And maybe the organizers felt they have heard from Dr. Fontaine through his 10 pillars. And some of the 10 pillars are going to be incorporated anyway. So, I mean, you know.
So that meant the reason
they may not have felt it necessary. I'm just saying, because people are throwing the question at me, which I think unfair, but I'm trying to answer because it seems as though nobody out there will answer. Have you called Dr. Fontaine to ask him if he was invited?
No, I haven't. But I asked the financial secretary, a group of them at the news conference. Everybody's looking at each other. So I don't know why. I don't think, based on the response from Mr. Skerritt, that Mr. Fontaine was invited. But again, that's for Dr. Fontaine. I can call him live and ask him. But no, I don't think they sent an invitation to him.
Yeah. So and then when you.
But I was invited. I was invited.
You were invited?
I was invited, yes.
And you were invited as what?
As media.
Okay, you were invited as media. Okay. And that's the capacity in which you were invited.
And I know other persons, in public life that were invited, but chose not to go.
Yeah, I heard some of them have shared with me that they were invited, but they did not go. And I got in big trouble for going, Matt. I got in big trouble for going. And then people tell me, it's not that. When I say, well, are you? Somebody said, I think Lennox Linton has proved every negative thing that was ever said about him. I asked the question, did I do that by attending the government pre-budget consultation at the invitation of the financial secretary? And then something else came up. No, it's not. That's not what we're talking about. You have said that you are uncomfortable. You feel unsafe going to United Workers' Party events.
I did not hear you say that, but did you say that, Leno?
I said that, Matt.
Why?
I said that. I may have, in saying it, and I think I'm going to apologize for this, I may have exaggerated what I was saying, because I went into, people may want to slash my tires and so on and so on. But right now, based on what has come at me on the and social media in the last week, wow. So here's the thing. I am a target for persons in the United Workers' Party who want me erased. They don't want me in the party. Okay? And they have made that very clear. and then they talk about notwithstanding the fact that I have stepped aside from leadership positions in the party and so on,
Mm-hmm.
that's not enough for them. So almost like they want me. I'm no longer political leader. I'm no longer president. I no longer sit on the national executive of the party. I am simply a rank and file member serving in the Marigot Constituency Association. But the darts continue to come in my direction. They keep firing away at me because they do not want me around. They want to erase me. They want to cancel me. So when that group of people is calling for me to be forcefully removed from the party, forcefully means violence against my person. And they say, oh, well, you were not concerned when Reginald Ostrey says to disappear you and go somewhere with you. And you were not concerned when the British mercenaries came to your home and so on, but you're concerned about a United Workers' Party event. Yes, I'm concerned because there's where I go. I go to Labour Party. I don't go to Labour Party political events. The people from England came to my home. So whatever Ostrey said at the point he said it, I reported it to the police. And I reported to the police. There's no reason to fear for going somewhere where I don't go. The British people came and they left. I reported it to the police. Did they do anything about it? I don't know. Clearly they didn't. So why are people trying to tell me now how I should feel when there are threats? There's a threat to get rid of me from the party by force that nobody's talking about.
Do you know who these persons are?
I know where the threat is coming from, Matt.
You know,
I don't. You see, in this environment of Olive Branch, I don't want to exacerbate any tensions right now. Okay, so I'm not going down that road. But people, credit me with a bit of common sense to know, or you don't feel I have a right to know or the ability to know where I feel safe and where I don't. And it could not be, it doesn't necessarily have to be people slashing tires and so on. And that was a bit of an exaggeration.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, feeling uncomfortable. I was at the delegates conference in not Marigot, the delegates conference in, where did we have the delegates conference last year? In the parish hall. It was the parish hall last December.
You were there.
And it was uncomfortable. People, there was a tension there like I'd never felt before in any delegates conference of the United Workers' Party. You saw people that almost as though they were ready to eat you. I said, what is that? Where did that come from? And it's all the tension, it's all the negativity, it's all the hate that has been fueled from some quarters in the party and needs to be dealt with. And that is why I'm happy with where the party is right now, with the leader of the party taking action, addressing the people, I guess the people of Dominica, because he spoke to everybody, but more particularly the members of United Workers' Party across the country, and saying, let's do something about this. It's not getting us anywhere. You cannot be preparing for an election doing your level best to create stories that put certain people in bad light, that direct hate and derision against certain people like myself, and expect all to be well in the camp. People are calling me, asking me questions. They said, well, Belenos, what is this about you? And I have to tell them, listen, you love your party. You love your party. You want to see your party in government? Go and do what is the most important thing you can do right now. All right? And so I tell them, well, and they ask me, well, what? They said, have you confirmed your registration? I said, no, I myself, I haven't done that yet. No, but I'm saying to all those people, no. The time has come now. Go and confirm your registration. Because if you don't, when election time comes, you're totally locked out, You cannot do anything about marking that little X for the change that you would like to see. It's important.
So the campaign should be
If you
confirmed.
if you haven't done it yet, for whatever reason, go and confirm. And a thing we're doing is that we're like almost discouraging people from going to confirm because we keep dredging up all of these issues that we have had with the legislation, and we're doing a lot of fault finding. And people outside are saying, well, what am I going to get involved in that for? Because I saw a post right after I made a video encouraging people to go and confirm. Viva Mamo wrote on social media that this whole confirmation thing was a plot for Roosevelt Scarrett to steal the election again. When you say that now, in this time, you are shy. You're driving people away from what their most important responsibility is, and that is to put themselves on the register of voters, especially people in the opposition, because Labour Party people not listening to you now. Labour Party people not listening to the Viva Mamos of this world and the criticisms they have of the process and so on. There are things to be sorted out. Yes, there are things to be sorted out, but the things that are being sorted out. I don't know if you noticed, Matt, in the report that came out from the Electoral Commission for the month of May, they confirmed 5,506 persons. Before that, in the previous 4 months, they were doing an average of 1,300. Right? For that month last year, they more than tripled the output in terms of confirming people on the register. And the number of people seeking registration or applying for confirmation increased. It went up to 1,791 for the month of May, right? 1,791 compares very favorably with an average of just between 600 and 700 that you had for the previous 5 months. So, yes, the Electoral Office has had problems,
issues,
but they indicated earlier that some corrective action they were going to take in order to speed up the process. The process, from the evidence of the May numbers, is speeding up. So, again, for the people out there who are still questioning, asking themselves whether they should go, no, there's no question about it. Now, go and get yourself confirmed. Go and confirm your registration. And if you are out there, you've never voted before, you have to participate in your democracy. A basic thing there. Your name has to be on the register. You have to get registered. Go and register to vote.
Let's come back. Let's rewind the tape a little bit, dear Lennox. Of course, as you did say that you accept the olive branch of Dr. Fontaine, but I was told, and it was brought to my attention, that you, among others, attended a very important meeting in, I think I want to be more specific, in Mount Bruce, where you had some of the senior leaders coming together and, preaching reconciliation and, speaking the truth and, coming together in that form. But later that evening, Mr. Linton, I was told, and I saw a video where you were basically, speaking a language that people didn't really like in terms of, trying to be clear about some situations. Can you speak to that, Mr. Linton? Your meeting in the morning, your meeting in the evening, that Wednesday, I think it was, in Marigot?
I attended a meeting of the Marigot Constituency Association on the flat in Wales.
Yeah.
It was around that time.
Okay.
And
was it the same day?
I don't recall. It may have been.
Okay.
But I did attend that meeting. It was a meeting of our constituency association. As I told you, there's where I'm spending my time serving right now in the Marigot Constituency Association. And we were talking essentially there about confirmation and new registration. And we also spoke about the candidate we had selected. And we were asked about the relationship between the National Executive, Dr. Thompson Fontaine, National Executive, and the Margaret Constituency Association, and so on. And I sought to explain what was going on from the standpoint of truth, right? And I did say that Dr. Thompson Fontaine said some time ago that he wanted to get rid of the Margaret Mafia from the party. That's been around, okay? It's not my statement. I didn't make it. It's a statement Dr. Fontaine made, and Dr. Fontaine admitted to Edison James and myself that he made the statement. However, he told us when we had that conversation that it is not us he was referring to.
Okay.
He was referring to Dr. Griffin Benjamin. Dr. Griffin Benjamin, of course, is not from Margaret, so I don't know how he arrived at that. But that happened 3-4 years ago, okay? And we dropped it. We, meaning Edison James and myself, who at the time would be considered the Margaret Mafia. We said, so we moved on. We were working, we have been working with Dr. Fontaine in the National Executive since then. And unfortunately, what I noticed is that a lot of the people, and hear me well, I don't want anybody to be coming back at me with this. I'm not saying it is Dr. Fontaine. So please.
Okay.
But the fact of the matter is that people who are out there acting on behalf of Dr. Fontaine have been saying things in line with that Margaret Mafia that need to be gotten rid of statement. So he made it. He made the statement. Yes. I'm not aware.
That was 3
years ago. I'm not aware that he has said it, anything like that since.
Okay.
All right. But in the last 3 years, you have people like Viva Mamo and Zed Lloyd and that battalion of Facebook contributors and so on who support the current leadership and who believe the enemy of the current leadership is some of us, me being chief of them, which is not true at all. So they keep feeding the public with that narrative, and it is a problem because it is creating division and confusion in the party. I felt I would have mentioned that,
okay,
for better understanding in Marigot
perspective
and in our constituency association about that. But what happened is I'm talking to the people of Marigot, and somebody is in the meeting and is secretly recording the meeting. Secretly recording the meeting. Then they pick what they want to pick out of and then they put it out. First thing the following morning, Viva Mamo has excerpts from the meeting. The excerpts that they feel are prejudicial, that are going to embarrass us. And
you think that was intentional?
No, it was intentional. One of the persons who spoke the following morning said that we listen to this, they had a meeting and they felt we wouldn't know what's going on. That we mean he being part of the gang, a group that supports Dr. Fontaine. And he says, we taped the mother effers. We taped the mother effers. It's on. He put it in a voice note. So we now are the mother effers who were taped, and then they decide to put out what they want to put out, which they think will put us in bad light. I'm sorry that something like that happened, but it happened, and I said what I said. All right. I also spoke there about the safety matter, which I addressed earlier. Right. But these are real issues. And I believe, which is why I am so happy that Dr. Fontaine has taken leadership action on this, and he has offered the olive branch. I'll say something. I hope the people who I am referring to, some of them by name, understand that the olive branch call is also for them, because they have been doing a wonderful job of interfering and damaging the work of the United Workers' Party in Dominica, especially as the party is seeking to get into an election. And I notice that since Dr. Fontaine's offer of the olive branch, there's been a toning down. Some people have almost disappeared in the last couple of days because I think they realize that the call is also for them. Hopefully they don't flare back up now that they hear my voice, so that they continue to come back at me, because since you guys were, it was quiet there for a day or two, and then you guys went out at your press conference yesterday, and one question was, does Mr. Lennox Linton qualify to be in the government of national unity? Mr. Curtis Matthew, where did you get that question from? Did you ask? So why you didn't ask Mr. Curtis Matthew whether Mr. Bernardito qualifies for the position in the government of national unity? Mr. Bernardito at the time was a political leader of a party. Lennox was a nothing, a rank and file member of a political party, but you chose Mr. Lennox Linton. And then Matt Peltier, of course, he wanted to know what capacity I was there. Where you get that question from, Matt? That question came from where?
No, somebody. It came from the private sector. Somebody texted me that, but I'll share with you sometime.
Somebody in the private sector
wanted to know. Yes.
Wanted to know in what capacity.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Somebody in the private sector.
Okay, for now. But Lennox, let's. I'm going to take some phone calls in a minute. There. What is your current relationship with the leader of the party, Mr. Dr. Thompson Fontaine? Your current relationship?
Well, I think it's okay. I don't know. I mean, it's not that we don't talk on a daily basis. I don't think we're expected to talk on a daily basis, because I don't serve on Dr. Fontaine's executive, you know.
Okay.
But Dr. Fontaine addressed this matter recently, you know. He at a point was saying that there is no disunity and so on, but what the problem is that people believe that Lennox Linton, for example, having moved on, it still speaks for the party and so on, and he does not. He's not UWP. Can you, if you have?
I think I have that. Okay. Yes,
so let's listen to that.
That statement is also questioned.
Let's listen to that.
There's no to me, disunity is if you're a national executive doesn't agree. Okay. The national executive as it's composed now is fully relevant. We work together, we fight together, we stick together. The problem is the party's leadership. People still expect, for example, that Lennox Linton should be a part of the United Party. He's moved on. He said that he's moved on. And people really are, the former leader, the Roger, he moved on. But people expected them to be still a part of it. And so that when Lennox speaks, for example, they say, well, okay, well, UWP saying this, but no, he's no longer with UWP. He's not as far. He's moved on. And I think it's just a few individuals like that continues to foster that feeling that the party dislike. We are very much united. We are attracting new candidates as we speak. We are working on getting the candidates because we expect an election anytime. And we are well advanced. We have from the 21 constituencies, we already have about 14 sure candidates. So it's not like we're not working.
Yeah, so you have to understand that Dr. Fontaine, that's his assessment of things and the way things are right now. Mm-hmm. He is obviously not interested in former leaders. They've moved on. Former leaders have moved on. I've told Dr. Fontaine clearly, if there is anything that he feels he needs from me, in terms of maybe some area that I can give some advice or whatever, he's free to call me. I'm not on the national executive, but Dr. Fontaine knows that I'm available to him as a member of the party. He knows that. He has chosen not to call me or not to ask me any question. I presume, he doesn't.
He doesn't need your advice.
He doesn't need my advice, because remember, Lennox Linton is not educated. That's one of the reasons why he should not have been leading the United Workers' Party. That's one of the problems that they had with me, or certain people had with me in the party, that I was uneducated, I didn't go to university, etc. Dr. Fontaine is a PhD from Clemson University. So I don't know, at that level of lofty intellect, I don't know what he would want to. So I understand why he doesn't have anything to ask of me or to want from me, so to speak.
But if he asks, of course.
But of course, if he asks, of course. So that's where things are. But this thing that I almost people have it out there, like I have something against Dr. Fontaine. I don't have anything against Dr. Fontaine. As a matter of fact, Dr. Fontaine was number one in the leadership succession plan that I had when I was leader of the party. He was who I wanted to replace me. So how now can people turn around on his behalf to be saying as though I have something against him and using that to strengthen him in the party? So they have to mount a smear campaign. Lennox Linton is this, is that, in order for Thompson Fontaine to gain. I don't know. Well, let me not say that. Let me not say that. But also, man, I wanted to ask the question because we're here. I attended all of this confusion, all of this smear campaign and this bashing of Lennox Linton in the past week came as a result of me attending. You would agree that it's a government function, right? Mm-hmm. Government function, a function of the government of Dominica, the Ministry of Finance. You saw many other people there. Oh. You would not consider that was not a Labour Party political event.
Oh.
Okay.
I was invited to a public consultation.
You were invited to a public consultation. Okay. How would you describe the 70th anniversary church service of the Dominica Labour Party?
I was not there.
No. How would you describe it?
Of course,
is that a government event or a
Labour, right?
Party political event?
Party political.
It's a party political event.
Mm-hmm.
And today I saw the video on Breaking News, on Dominica Breaking News, Dr. Fontaine attending the event. Dr. Fontaine was at the church service, the 70th anniversary church service of the Dominica Labour Party, a party political event in May of 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there was no outrage about that. This was the political leader of United Workers' Party attending a political event of the Dominica Labour Party.
Let me just remind you, Lennox, I have a clip of that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's the video. Yeah.
That's the video. Okay.
And I think Mr. Kerry is going to come up there.
God bless the people of Granford, and I want to recognize Dr. Thompson Fontaine and to say to him, and to say to him that in Labour House there are many mansions.
Oh boy.
Okay. So let's spend 2 minutes on that. Dr. Fontaine is not a regular churchgoer at the Catholic Church in Granford, but he found himself there on the 25th of May last year. The event that attracted him there was the 70th anniversary celebrations of the Dominica Labour Party. Was he invited? And even if he was invited, even if he was not invited, and he showed up there, you know what that looks like to me, Matt? You know what that looks like to me?
Tell me.
An olive branch. An olive branch from Dr. Fontaine to the Dominica Labour Party. Look, I'm here with you. Let's de-escalate all these political tensions.
Let's break bread.
Let's break bread. Let's pray together. Let's hold hands and sing and so on. Nobody said anything about Dr. Fontaine turning red and going in labor and so on and so on. So why the double standard? I don't get it. Why the double standard? Why did all that hate have to be poured in my direction over the past week for attending a government event when the political leader of the same party that I'm a rank and file member of now, is free to attend political activities, political events of the Dominican Labour Party. Not government events, political events. So I said that was not an issue for me, for sure. It was not an issue for me, because I felt, as he has done now with the extension of the olive branch to disaffected members of the United Workers' Party, that Dr. Fontaine was extending the olive branch to Mr. Skerritt, and Mr. Skerritt appeared to have received it well. He told Dr. Fontaine that, in Labour House there are many mansions. I don't know whether that means that he was going to prepare a mansion for Dr. Fontaine, but Dr. Fontaine didn't object to the statement that there was Labour. There were things. There were many mansions in the Labour House. One of them which may have been reserved for him or prepared for him. I don't know.
All right, but Lennox, I'm going to take some phone call. I know people are very eager to call, and especially based on this, as you said early, based on the statement that was made by the Prime Minister yesterday as it relates to the family. You guys are so close together. Why would Mr. Skerritt conveniently make that statement? And so people are just, there's been insinuation.
No, but Matt,
yeah,
okay, I'm not. This is not. Let me be clear. This is not a defense of Roosevelt Skerritt. Roosevelt Skerritt is a big man; he can say what he wants. Okay, but the press conference yesterday made me an issue for Roosevelt Skerritt to comment on. Why was I invited, and were other people invited? And then there was a big question. The question is whether I qualify for a place in the government of national unity, right? And also in between there, people were asking, well, why not this, why not that? Mrs. Skerritt decided he wanted to say some things about Lennox Linton that are the gospel truth. Before I was born, my mother and father were friends of the persons, the couple, the husband and wife that raised Roosevelt Skerritt, in whose house Roosevelt Skerritt was raised. That's before I was born, they were friends. Before Roosevelt Skerritt was born, they were friends. And I have, and I will say this now, I have on a number of occasions left Roseau where I live, left my residence in the area there, and gone up to Marigot, picked up my parents, who are both deceased now, and drove them down to Vegas to see their friends. Spend time with Lipson and Stella LeBlanc, and then go across to see E.O. LeBlanc. I did that with them for quite some time. So what he said yesterday is the gospel truth. We have a family, we have a friendly connection that's born out of family relations for a long time. But has that prevented me from criticizing him? Has that prevented me from calling him out for governance that I felt was going the wrong way? No, it did not. It has not. So all of a sudden now, he says he makes those comments, and people are saying those comments are welcoming me to the Labour. But what he's saying didn't start yesterday. What he's saying is an old story. He's just bringing it to public attention right now. But it never caused me to be welcomed into the Labour Party before, but it is welcoming me. It is welcoming me now. Make it make sense, man.
Are you a friend of Roosevelt Skerritt now?
How do you mean now?
I mean, are you a friend?
Of course, I'm a friend of Roosevelt Skerritt. I've always been a friend of Roosevelt Skerritt. It's not now. He told you yesterday the truth. We have had our political differences, but we have never not been friends for as long as he known himself.
Somebody again is asking, well, okay, he's been your friend, your family friend for how many years? So why did he allow you to go through all this political persecution?
But that's what, Matt, isn't that what we do in politics? Isn't that what we do in politics? We hate and we tear apart. Look at what supporters of the United Workers' Party are doing to me right now. They are almost, I feel sometimes like they're in my flesh, just tearing it apart. Why do we do that? So maybe, like I said, we need to consider where we are. But this notion that you never heard that there are no in politics there are no enemies, but something about
I don't think that.
Anyway, I don't. It doesn't come back now. So leave that alone. Point of the matter is, though, Matt, that I understood where I am in the political process and where Roosevelt Skerrit is. Remember, we are fighting for. When I came to the United Workers' Party leadership, Roosevelt Skerrit was the prime minister. I and my political party would like to see him out of government. There are reasons for that, clearly articulated down the line. People, maybe, I don't know, I've not in my mind fully understood what has happened, why we didn't get a change of government and so on. I know it has a lot to do with some of the tactics that they employed and so on. But politicians do that. Political parties do that. And they do their best to get what they perceive to be an advantage over you and so on. And it's what it is. It's the nature of the beast, so to speak.
Let's take a few phone calls. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes, quickly. Yes.
Yes,
Make
good
it
night. Good afternoon, Matt.
Make it quick.
Yes. Three questions for Lennox. He will answer me when I end the call.
Okay.
The first one is, why did he was not at the consultation in Jungle Bay, San Rafael, please, with Dr. Storm Fountain, the same Olive Branch guy? The second of all, why he doesn't talk to Joshua Francis and he passing him straight on the road? What is the difference with he and Joshua want to put it at the back? And the third and final thing, what amount of money he received from the Al Jazeera report? And a person of his caliber, he would never sign something if it was nothing wasn't in it for him. I'm listening.
All right. Questions to you.
Al Jazeera report, absolutely not a blue or red cent. Nothing. Zero.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely no. I received absolutely no money.
Okay.
Question of
Joshua and your relationship.
I don't know anything about that, Matt.
You don't know anything.
The accusation is what, that I passed Joshua straight on the road?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
You don't know about that.
Absolutely not.
And the first question.
So somebody has it somewhere that I am passing Joshua on the road and not saying hi to him. That is what the accusation is. And the Jungle Bay matter. For me, I took a principled position. I did not want to go to Jungle Bay.
Okay.
All right. And I explained to the members of the National Executive why. I didn't tell the political leader don't have the thing at Jungle Bay. I just said I will not be attending. And I gave my reasons for not attending. And that's that.
All right. Let's move on there. The next phone call. Are you there? Yes?
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Linton.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you
Good afternoon.
for being a true patriot for your beloved country, Dominica. Thank you for continuous standing for what is truth and honesty in Dominica. Thank you, sir. I welcome everything you said this afternoon. Have a blessed afternoon. I'm listening.
Have a blessed afternoon. More telephone calls. Yes. Hello. Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Good
sir.
afternoon. Question to the past leader.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask Mr. Lennox. When he was in as the opposition leader, I know he asked for that kind of forum together with the government a lot of times, right? Also for debate and all that. And it never get through. They ignore him, and to see right now, he is in there for, and he had to say, what I said is, he said he get an invitation from the secretary, but believe me, it's a straight invitation that come from the prime minister. Because Skerrit have a kind of thing, I think, using psychology on people, So when Lennox come, we've got to them, people have something. There's still something. That's what's happening, you know? But let's not take that for nothing. And Mr. Lennox, I hear you say about everything, but Mr. Skate, there's so much things about you. And, you know, and all of us, including me, sometimes we're feeling sick and hurt about it. And for right now, if you have simple thing going on in your political party, you know, I say what you have to do is that should be what's under the bridge to compare what you pass through on
So what is the question? Because one the question. What's the question?
You know, the question is, are you with the party or not?
I am with the party. I'm with the party.
Yes. Okay. So he's with the party and said that
Just
the
try
last
not
time.
to, just try not to get in anybody's way.
Hello, talk to me. Yes.
Hey, Mr. Pelte, blessings to you, sir.
Blessings to you, sir.
Is that Mr. Linton in the house?
Yes, it's Mr. Linton, Mr. Tyrone Anthony. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Can you pinch him for me, Mark, to be certain he's not there?
I'm too far away.
My beloved brother, blessings to you.
Blessings to you.
And I want to apologize on the behalf of the Dominican people that are that so easily persuaded to believe any garbage that is spewed out of the mouths of the conspirators, if I may say that. Matthew, remember I tell you this morning, if somebody would hear I rape a little child, how quick that would be all over Dominica.
That's true.
Blessings, rape a child, blessings. And I say, I've listened to Mr. Linton, and I am saying, come on, what the hell is happening? And listening to your utterances there, my brother, always family first and foremost.
Family is good, thanks. Family is good. Everybody's well.
Blessings.
Thanks.
Listening to all what that was said by Mr. Linton, I finally can conclude a lot of my suspicions are right on point. I have a couple voice notes I haven't shared, and I will not share them now, because I noticed Skerrit is behind a lot of all the confusion that is happening in UWP. And some people have volunteered and are still volunteering to try to mask up UWP. Matt, did you listen to Skerrit talking about after that election there'll be a government of national criminality? Oh, sorry, unity.
I heard. Yes, I heard him.
Why not before the elections? So you want a one-party state as a damn dictator, excusing all your faces, the listening public and Mr. Linton and them? I am saying, my brother, that invitation, Mr. Linton, while you went there innocently, as you have done, you see, with AFI, and you have done so much cover, so much thing, as the leader outside of politics and everything and inside. And all of a sudden, Mr. Fountain was not invited. Was invited, Matthew must find out, ask him. And let me just conclude there in the interest of time. I want Mr. Linton, not Mr. Linton, I am asking Mr. Fountain to apologize to Mr. Linton for openly saying he's not a member of UWP. He have moved on like Earl Williams and all of that and blah, blah, blah. My brother, the olive branch, I hope it is not a shovel. And me, myself, would like to see some unity in the party. But I hope it's not a deeper conspiracy to further diminish and to destroy the UWP. A lot of nonsense is going on, and I'm seeing them all. So people vex and saying I'm preempting. Oh, stop preempting. No, stop preempting. Mr. Linton, be courageous. I give thanks for your contributions through the years before you even enter politics. I learned a lot from you and Angelo and everybody else. Now I will not help nobody to try to bury you before you die, because another so-called hero appear. My beloved brother, be courageous and be wise. Be careful. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless. God bless you.
All right, more telephone calls. They're coming in there. I tell you quickly. Are you there, caller? Yes. Caller. Nobody there. Let's take another phone call. Are you there? Yes.
Yes, I'm there. I must be there.
Oh, you must be there.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Linton, you're a blessed soul. I'm
Hello,
proud.
good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon. A good man is never honored in his own country. thanks for sticking to truth to power. And in as much as I love you and support the things you say, I personally don't think you should apologize for some of the things you did. It's not necessary. That's my personal point. Dominicans, they never know what they want. They don't like Lennox, so they're bashing him. But they still want Lennox on the platform because they know the value of Lennox Linton. Your pastor, Sayole, dear Pukite Wapo, thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's take more phone calls. Yes. Yes, caller. Oh, yes, go ahead.
Hello?
Ahead. Yes, go ahead. Yes.
Hello, man.
Yeah, I'm hearing. Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Are
Go
you
ahead.
hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Hello?
Caller, I'm hearing you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so I could have not heard you at all. Matt, thank you for bringing in Mr. Linton. Mr. Linton, you're a true man. You're not hypocrite. You don't pretend. I love you for that. Trust me. You're one of our good leaders and continue being who you are. Don't let anybody do like as if well they want to tell you what to do with your life. You are who you are and continue. My boy, I wish you well. Continue. Take it easy in life. Go ahead, my boy. Love you always.
Thank you. Thank you very much. God bless you.
You are my leader.
God bless you.
Thank you. More telephone calls. Yes, they're coming in there. Are you there?
Quick question. Good afternoon to you. Mark, one question to Mr. Linton. Mr. Linton, would you be attending the UWP rallies or meetings or anything like that? That's just a question. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Will you, this Olive Branch, would you be attending some of the meetings organized by?
I will attend. I will attend events of the United Workers Party.
Okay.
There's no the issue I have is, and I don't know why that's so difficult for people to understand. I've been all around United Workers Party events for years. Now I'm in a situation where, and nobody wants to address it. Nobody wants to. Everybody is thinking, well, I'm being this unreasonable person, saying that I don't feel comfortable, I don't feel safe, going in circumstances where people are calling for me to be forcibly removed from the party. Has the leader addressed that? Has he said anything about that? So if that is covered under the Olive Branch and whoever has made the statement, and I know who made the statement on his and the person believes that they were acting on behalf of the leader.
Okay.
That is the problem we have. A lot of people doing the things are doing them in the name of the leader. That is why I welcome the Olive Branch, because I expect that the leader will be addressing some of those people directly and saying to them, listen, this is not acceptable. We cannot be doing that to our own.
So you've invited Mr. Lennox Linton to
I don't have to be invited. I just have to feel comfortable.
Comfortable.
But I have to feel comfortable. Okay?
Okay, so if he feels comfortable, he'll attend the meetings. That's the problem there. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Yeah, good day, Matt.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Linton. I've always loved Mr. Linton. He's the reason that I've entered into politics. And I appreciate all his work he has been doing.
You entered into politics?
Yeah, I registered to vote the year you.
Okay. 2014. Okay, all right. Nice.
No, you have always inspired me. I appreciate your personality, your character, the things you stand for, the things you wanted to do.
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But the issue that I have, I think many people had, is the statement that you made, which you just made there again, that you were feeling unsafe. I think the Olive Branch covered the fact where Mr. Thompson Fountain said for the reality officers to stay calm and relax and not to be aggressive and all of those sorts of things. But if Obama, for example, has go and say something about the Democratic Party, the effect that's going to have on the Democratic Party and the ammunition the Republicans would have by using that, it's the same effect that when one of the greatest leaders of the UWP, go out and say that he don't feel safe because he to go in a congregation of the UWP, he might be stoned or his tires slashed. Remember that the Labour Party have always made accusation about the UWP as being violent. Now, that coming from your mouth, I see it being used by Santa Robinson, for example, saying, I've always known that, you know, and now look, it's being said, it's been acknowledged by one of the leaders, you know. But we appreciate you accepting the olive branch, because right now we need nothing but unity. And I've always been saying that. I've heard you made a few statements on social media, and or even the open letter, which you have your reason for, which I don't know, the social media post that was making that statement about you. And I don't know who wrote it, but you say it was somebody with the leader. But we accept that you accept the olive branch, but those statements were statements that assumed to have been internal fighting among the party, you know. And for me now, I've always said that Lennox Linton had his opportunity, had his chance. He have resigned from the executive, and this is not internal fighting, because the people of the United Workers' Party are supporting the elected leader, which is Thompson Fountain. And he also had another election, which
we have to take to make the point quickly so we can wrap it up.
No, but I don't know if I can help the caller. Yeah. I'm not opposed to Thompson Fontaine as leader of the United Workers' Party. I don't know what point you're trying to make, but I mean, you keep going over it over and over again about election and so on. Dr. Fontaine is the duly elected political leader of the United Workers' Party.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. But even after you've been accepting of the olive branch, I still hear you making, for example, when he went to the UWP function in his constituency, he was there, and then he said,
"No, do not mix things up. I am under fire from within the party for attending a government event. I simply ask, what are those very same people saying about Dr. Fontaine's attendance, not of a government function, but of a party political function of the Dominican Labour Party 1 year ago? Is this a double standard? That's all I'm asking.
All right. Let's move on there. 4493095. Somebody says, Lennox, the reality of the situation is that you remain a crucial figure of the UWP, and Fontaine's electoral prospects are significantly enhanced with your support. In light of this, I urge you to put aside any difference and work towards a unified front with the ultimate goal of replacing the current administration. Your chances and leadership qualities would be a valuable asset in this endeavor. Dominic and its people will greatly benefit from your involvement. But Mr. Fontaine ought to know how crucial your involvement is. But let's put all of this pettiness aside, and for the good of the country, let's rise to the occasion. Fontaine cannot do it alone, nor can he do it without you. That's a comment there.
All right.
Okay. Hello, 4493095. Let's put all the pettiness aside.
By the way, Matt, just some people were, and I want to recognize the people who are listening and where we were struggling there. They have sent some feedback. That's the term you were looking for. It says, in politics, there are no permanent enemies or permanent friends, but permanent interests.
I think that's it. Yes.
Something like that. But somebody wrote something else. Somebody sent something else. And it said, you were looking for the phrase, politics makes strange bedfellows.
Okay, on the telephone, are you there? Yes.
Yes, Mr. Lennox Linton, I'd like to thank you for not having what I would call avoidance syndrome, And I would like to speak to the other members of the party, the caretakers and the potential candidates.
Okay.
The lack of avoidance syndrome is what has strengthened, in my mind, the Marigot seat. You don't have to come on the radio all the time and deal with it. That's fine. But they must learn to deal with it at the constituency level, at the constituency association, and at the meetings of the executive. Stop avoiding dealing with things in the present and dealing with them completely. You understand? Deal with things and bring it to the end. Complete it, deal with it well, and it will actually strengthen you. So the Marigot constituency, to me, what I suspect is that there is no avoidance syndrome. You deal with things, whether good, whether bad, throughout the years. And that is why they are able to galvanize a constituency to where when they pick a candidate, they know that candidate is a winning candidate and they can move on. So when they think that avoiding certain issues may be helping them because they're not speaking about it, it does not strengthen them. The goal of a political organization is to strengthen constituencies one by one by dealing with everything, good, bad, ugly, and indifferent. So I would like to speak to the other candidates, potential candidates and caretakers, because you know there is avoidance going on in Casibus. We know there is avoidance going on in Roseau South. In Roseau Central, there is avoidance going on. In St. Joseph, they know that it is going on and they know what is building. And it is going to erupt and it's going to be ugly, but this can be avoided. Deal with what has to be dealt with at a constituency level. Take that to the executive and deal with it and let the executive know that the organs of the party, when strong, strengthens the party as a whole. And instead of fighting who has already figured that out, learn from them. Do not force yourself to make your own mistakes. Avoid mistakes by looking at lessons already placed before you and strengthen the party. So thank you for not having avoidance syndrome, and I appreciate your contributions today, Mr. Linton.
All right, thank you very much. Yes. Let's move on there. More telephone calls. The telephone will never stop ringing there. Are you there, caller? Yes, please. Caller, are you there? Uh-oh, the overseas line not working there. Back to you.
Hello, Matt. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Lennox, good afternoon.
Very good afternoon to you. Nice
Good to hear your voice.
Nice to hear you. Nice to
You okay?
I'm good. I'm good.
One message I want you to pass for me, my boy. Tell my son hello for me. You know who is that?
Okay.
You know who's speaking?
Yes. Indeed.
Right. Tell him hello for me.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
Right.
All right, Matt Lennox is quite correct when Steve Benjamin, Isaac Baptist, Glenroy Coffee, Walter Greenaway stopped the nonsense about spreading nonsense about Mr. Linton and others. There will be the real olive branch. So, sirs, the names mentioned there. So let's come together. This is person is suggesting there. Mr. Glenroy Coffee, Walter Greenaway Baptist, and the other guys spreading nonsense. So let's bring the unity together, okay? That's what somebody's suggesting there on the telephone. Let's move on. But what is the situation, Lennox, with the candidacy of the PAL rep or the PAL rep to be at Marigot?
Well, as you've heard, the constitution of the party provides for recommendation on candidate for the constituency to be made by the Constituency Association to the National Executive Committee. And then the National Executive Committee will, consider it, and the National Executive Committee will pass it on to the General Council of the party. That's the process. The Marigot Constituency Association, by letter dated the 14th of May, 2025, recommended to the National Executive Senator Delbert Paris as the candidate for the Marigot constituency, either be candidate for the Marigot constituency in the next election. The letter of the 14th was acknowledged on the 23rd of May. You'll recall we issued, the Marigot Constituency Association issued a press statement, a media statement saying that we had made the recommendation. And in fact, we did that because of all of the things that were being said out there about candidate and Marigot and who is on the ground and who is not on the ground and who's having a groundswell of support. I remember listening to you one morning and you were indicating that there was a groundswell of support for Annie Edwards. The National Executive wrote back to us on the 3rd of June. And they asked in that letter for the Constituency Association to consider the expressed interest of Annie Edwards.
Okay.
So now we are considering two people. We honored the request of the National Executive, and we convened the meeting on the 4th We also got a letter on the 3rd from Annie Edwards expressing her interest. And she had indicated in an interview on TDN radio on the 3rd itself that she was directed or advised to send the letter of her interest to us, to the Marigot Constituency Association. We met on the 4th, and there were 22 people at that meeting, and the vote, we considered both candidates. The vote came back 22 for Delbert Paris, 0 for Annie Edwards. And we wrote back to the National Executive with the results of the poll, of the consideration that we had been asked to make. That was on the, we replied, we had the meeting on the 4th, we replied, we sent the information to the recommendation to the National Executive Committee on the 4th. We got acknowledgement of receipt of our letter on the 4th, and we are waiting to hear back from the National Executive. The National Executive had asked the Constituency Association to expedite the matter. We took expedite to mean speed it up, because we're in the process of consideration, and this letter of a recommendation was written was sent in since the 14th of May. We have come now, today is the 11th of June. We had sent in, we had responded to the request that was made of us by the National Executive. We responded on the 4th, and it's 7 days later. They asked us to expedite the consideration. We did, and it's 7 days now, and we haven't heard. I'm told that the matter will be considered at a meeting of the National Executive, which is scheduled for sometime next week. So that's where that is. But the situation regarding the candidacy has created what I will call an unnecessary cloud of confusion and doubt over the work of the UWP in the Marigot constituency. And under the olive branch, I am simply asking on behalf of the Marigot Constituency Association that the National Executive Committee expedites the process of accepting our recommendation so that we can move ahead without distraction with the work of the UWP in Marigot.
Thank you, sir. Somebody's saying there, and I'm going to have an open invitation there. I'm willing to see Dr. Fontaine and Mr. Lennox Linton on your radio station sometime soon.
You don't want to see Dr. Fontaine and the Prime Minister?
I would.
Well, yeah. Well,
I'd welcome that.
I think that's
a
bigger priority.
That's
a bigger priority.
But would you?
Matt, things have changed. I noticed that you are having a lot of engagements. The media is having a lot of engagements with Roosevelt Skerritt. So it could be a different time now where you can actually have a conversation between Dr. Fontaine and Mrs. Skerritt.
That's open.
Right here.
That's open.
Well,
I'm looking. Remember, in your time, Lennox Linton, that we've invited Mr. Skerritt to an open debate, and I'm hoping he's still ready to have an open debate.
But he had promised to come on the show. Did he come?
He hasn't shown up. So do you think he'll show up this time?
I don't know. You have to test the waters, man. You have to see. I think times have changed.
But I'm going to send up the invitation, Dominic Campbell.
But I have something. You finished?
No, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
Take my phone calls.
Do your thing. I have something there.
But I'll put out the invitation there. Hello, talk to me. Are you there? Yes.
Yes. Give me just a minute, Matt.
Yes.
Accepting an olive branch doesn't mean you should bury the hatchet and not knowing the location of all what that was buried. Before you bury the hatchet, the weapon, at least maybe you need to exhume or excavate, and then a final burial for everything. Accepting an olive branch doesn't mean you do not want to know what has caused our situation. Is like, Matt, I say, man, steal all what I get. I forgive you. But you want to hold what you stole from me? No, I want them back. So it is something like that, my beloved brother. I see you having a hard time because Mr. Linton referenced what happened in Grand Fort in comparison to what happened in the pre-budget discussion. He's not saying nothing to stir up problem. Accepting an olive branch, that doesn't mean you just close your eyes on the olive branches given. No, you have to even examine the olive branch. So I am just saying, my brother, thanks for your efforts. Thanks for all what you have done. And I refuse to try to make you be like the villain right now. Too much praise we all give you. Now all of us want to turn around and bury you. Hell no, I'm not.
All right, thank you, blessings. Thank you.
But I have something for you. I have something for you.
Of course, sure.
Domoli ponza kijwa, chunga sana kinwa chako, usinene mabaya, usinene mabaya. Baraka upate baraka. Ile wanonge ya juu yangu, kisha yatakuzunguka wewe. Ukimtupa mwenzio kama kivuli, kinazama wakosusta tena. Ukicheka makozi ya jirani, ukilia nani atabaki? Kilo nachokisemwa kwa hasira, kinarudi moyoni, kinapunguza pole pole. Wewe sema, ema, sema kwa pwendo. Wewe kata mayalalana, ukimwaga uchungu, takumwauye. Domo liponza kijwa, tunga sana kinwa chako, usinene mabaya, usinene mabaya. Baraka pate baraka, baraka utikampa heri, heri itarudi. Utikumpa moto, moto takuchoma, chunga sana kinywa chako.
You'll have to translate for me, Leonard. You'll have to translate for me, for sure.
This is about the mouth and the value of speaking good. And the blessings that flow from that.
Somebody's asking the question. I think we should answer the question. I know you are part of the membership of the constituency branch in Marigot. Now we've heard, Mr. Lennox, no secret that Mr. Delbert Paris seemed not to be. He made a statement that he don't feel comfortable working with Dr. Thompson Fontaine. What's your take on that? Do you feel that
I'm not aware of that statement?
You're not aware
and nobody has been able to point to me where he made the statement or if he made the statement at all. I think that's another of the concoctions that have surfaced in order to muddy the waters and create a situation where almost like Dr. Fontaine is under pressure.
So
Dr.
that statement
was
never made.
I've never heard it, and nobody can point to me where the statement was made. Mr. Paris himself, Senator Paris himself, doesn't recall ever making that statement. So I don't know. If somebody can find it, it would be very helpful.
All right. On the telephone, yes, we have a few more minutes and we'll wrap it up. Talk to me, yes?
You make a lot of us happy this afternoon. We're going to be sleeping well.
Especially you and Annette.
You can say what you want, but you wouldn't get our barrow. Our fried barrow will be holding all that for them. But then Mr. Richard, we will not miss nothing.
You're fried barrow, woman.
We holding that. Bye-bye.
Let's take our phone call. Hello, talk to me, yes.
Good afternoon.
Annette is right there.
Good afternoon, Mr. Linton.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you, sir. Mr. Linton,
Good afternoon.
I want to tell you thank you for coming out and clear the air, because for a couple of weeks it was nothing easy. Thank you, sir. God bless you.
God bless you, Annette. God bless you too. On the telephone, yes? Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Sensei.
Yes, sir. How you doing, sir?
And good afternoon, Lennox.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
Mr. Linton, I want to thank you and your parents for the level of education all you have given to the country all over South. Some places where teachers didn't want to go, your parents went there, they was always under fire. But I want to congratulate you, Mr. Lennox. I know you are way back for the work all you have done in Marigot education-wise. But I want you to hold your people together educate them how we used to be in the 60s, how much he was independent and he was hardworking. And he wasn't depending on the rest of the island. The island was depending on us. A lot of people used to come to Marigot for work. And even the people that are running in your party, try to give them innovation how to develop the village in tourism, in farming, in the independency. Keep doing the work like when you start. You would come down to Roseau on a Sunday afternoon with your team of people and clean up Roseau. Your party is one of the first party who put a trap on the playing field at Goodwill. And that is what I want you to do. Don't worry these negative people. Our people are confusing, and you have to educate your people if you want to get them anyway. Even the people that are going up in Marigot, they can play a part, helping Delbert and helping you and build the community.
All right, remember I said, let's be very short.
Thanks for that.
Let's play this voice note there. Yes.
Good afternoon, Matt.
Good afternoon to you.
Matt, I would love to thank Mr. Linton for explaining. I have a lot of confidence in him. A lot of confidence.
I have a lot of love for you.
Mr. Linton. And I'm glad that you explained today. And I feel even much better.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing
God bless
the best you could and still will do for Dominica.
Thank you.
Love you, Lennox.
Love you too. God bless.
That's it, Dominica. There are so many phone calls still coming in, but Lennox, we've got to go.
Where you get that? If you don't know me by now, you will never, ever know me. Thank you, man. God bless you. God bless Dominica all the time.
We've got to go. Thank you, Lennox Linton.
Like I understand you. Now, baby, I know the difference between right and wrong. I ain't gonna do nothing to upset our happy home.
I'm working on bringing the both leaders together, the former leader and, of course, the current leader, in another sign of unity, huh? Remember, the olive branch has been opened. After all these years, if you don't know him by now, huh?
We all got our own funny mood. I've got mine. Woman, you got yours too. Just trust in me like I trust in you. As long as we've been together, that should be so easy to do.
Remember, tomorrow at the 1 o'clock hour, Mr. Gregor Nassif. This is Q95, your favorite radio station, the biggest talk show. You want it again one more time? One more time. If you don't know me by now, you'll never know me. Harold Belvin and the Blue Note. Those of you I could not take your call, I'm so sorry.
You will All the things that we've been through, you should understand, like I understand you. Now, baby, I know the difference between right and wrong. I ain't gonna do nothing to upset our happy home.